morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Super Tease video. We've got a big one here. We've got class tuning adjustments for patch 10.2. These are the types of tuning adjustments that are likely going to dictate the power of your specialization. So if you're looking at trying to lock in a specialization, keeping track of these changes is a good way to know the trajectory for your spec moving into the future. And Blizzard has just dropped some major breaking news that I will be covering after these class changes as well, that I think is going to have basically all aspects of players very excited about, from PvE to PvP and everything else in between. So let's get started here with the class changes, because there's a lot of news to cover. For Death Knights, remember, you guys are getting a lot of buffs moving into this patch, so this is kind of maybe a turning point to see if they're going to start rewinding those and maybe potentially dialing you back. But for Riders of the Apocalypse, the damage of your Morgraine's Death and Decay is being increased by 50%. It's kind of just a minor amount of AoE, nothing major. Unholy, fixed an issue causing Morgraine's Death and Decay to benefit twice, though, from your mastery. So this is basically just a nullified change here, at least for Unholy. For Frost, they've fixed issues causing Frozen Dominion to appear on the cooldown manager. Second Strike of Frostbane now also benefits from Shattering Blade. Frostbane Override Aura can no longer be cancelled. So just a couple of UI fixes, tune-ups, a little bit of a balance change possibly to Frostbane, but honestly nothing major, which is a good thing. If you're Frosty, you want nothing major, so that maybe you'll end up being in a pretty solid spot. For Unholy, Legion of Souls will now summon a Magus of the Dead when talented. Unholy Aura now increases the damage of Whitemane's Undeath. Reaping minion damage increase effect on Soul Reaper Explosion now increases the damage of Whitemane's Undeath as well. And your Mastery Dreadblade now increases the critical strike damage of Whitemane's Undeath and Unholy Blight. Plague Mastery now increases the critical strike damage of Unholy Blight. And they fixed an issue causing Morbidity to not function correctly with Super Strain Blood Plague. And in the last round of changes, Unholy was getting like a lot of buffs towards their pet talents. And I was actually curious if it was actually going to be viable to run a pet build moving into this patch. This is just another kind of little bit of a tune-up, mostly targeted around Riders of the Apocalypse. Some minor increases overall to kind of the minions that you summon during that window, but it's seemingly probably not too big of a deal, which is ideal. I think that's ideal if you're a Death Knight. You're happy there's no big deal. There's no big nerf hammer coming down on you in that regard. For Resto Druid, the Keeper of the Grove here, two-set bonuses now capped at 50 times base spell power as opposed to 50% of health. For Evokers, for Scale Commander, the tier set bonus was unintentionally incentivizing players to deep breath for as long as possible. The following changes are intended to discourage deep breathing long after you've already flown over your enemies. Command Squadron, summoned by the two-set bonus, will no longer pyre enemies behind you. Command Squadron pyre damage, though, has been increased by 40%. It is no longer possible to slow yourself down to walking speed during Deep Breath or Breath of Eons. I never saw anybody doing that type of cheese. This has to be from PvE testing. They must have seen some evokers just flying permanently in the air. This was unlikely going to be a big deal in PvP, so this is probably just like a net neutral. It's not really going to matter. Maybe it's honestly a buff, because this means that for the small amount of time you're hitting targets, you're getting more damage. I don't think you would just permanently extend your Deep Breath in a PvP situation. So Evoker maybe a little bit stronger as a result of that. Oh my god, bro. Beastmaster is getting 20% more Black Arrow damage. Phantom Pain share increased to 20% up from 15. And the Bell's Toll damage bonus increased to 4% from 3. That's a scary number, bro. That's a scary number. I'm surprised there's no PvP tuning on that one, but okay. Dark Ranger Hunter looking good. Pack Leader, Better Together, has been updated. Now it increases the tip of the spear damage bonus to 15%, so Pack Leader buffs as well. Dire Summons has been updated. Kill Command reduction increased to 2.5 seconds up from 2, but only for survival. Raptor Strike and Mongoose Bite reduction increased to 1.5 seconds up from 1, so survival buff. Mana Forged Omega 2-set bonus, stat bonus is reduced, though, to 6% from 8. And your 4-set bonus, Stampede, now functions on the Dawnbreaker ship and the Rashanon fight. I need to see this animation. Is this like the OG Stampede, or is it the Stampede that just shoots beasts in a line? Is beasts in a line, it's not going to be as good for PvP. You might even skip it, depending on how much damage it does. Oh, speaking of damage, the 4-set bonus for Stampede got nerfed by 35%. Honestly, I think you're pretty happy with that. Some random AoE proc set bonus that's already giga nerfed, or to trade off for Black Arrow, you're probably happy with that. Sentinel 2-set bonus is now removed upon gaining the 4-set buff. And 2-set bonus updated. Boon of Elune aim shot damage bonus increased to 30% up from 20. So a little bit of a Sentinel buff here as well for Hunter. And for Marksman Hunter. Whenever I see aim shot and I see damage increased, I'm just like, what's going on? And the 3% guy is still on the payroll, but he hates BM hunters, nerfing overall damage by 3%, which is honestly a pretty significant trade-off for 20% of Black Arrow. This is very significant. Huntmaster's Call has been updated. Haiti and Fenrir durations reduced to 10 seconds from 15, and Fenrir haste buff has also been reduced to 4% from 8. Haiti pet damage buff reduced to 4% from 8. So now I think I see why they didn't compensate nerfing Black Arrow, because these are very big nerfs to Beastmaster's overall damage likely. So maybe now we got to take it back, but this is why it's important to read through all of the notes. You read the first thing, you're just like, okay, I'm playing BM Hunter. And then you read the last thing, you're like, okay, maybe not, because that's a very big offset. For Frostfire Mage hero talents, your 2-set bonus for Fire Mage, Ignite effectiveness is reduced to 100% from 150. Frostfire Burst, Ice Nova, and Comet Storm damage bonuses also reduced. So they're nerfing your set bonuses. Remember, these are already nerfed in PvP, so like this is making them really weak. Your 4-set bonus, the Glacial Spike damage has been reduced by 20%. Bro, the proccing Glacial Spikes looked so memey. It looked like it was doing... I'm honestly not surprised to see this get nerfed, because it looked so memey. Watching a Fire Mage shoot out instant Glacial Spikes and instant Pyroblast with the set bonus, which if you're playing a Mage and you didn't hear that what the set bonuses is, that probably sounds pretty wild to you. It's probably still going to be pretty wild. For Spell Slinger, your 2-set bonus has been updated. Arcane Blast damage bonus reduced to 12% from 20. Ice Lance and Icicle damage bonus reduced to 10 for 20. So this is Mage nerfs, it seems like, for Mage set bonuses. Mage 2-set bonus, Arcane Blast now additionally grants 2 stacks of Arcane Harmony. For Frost, 2-set bonus, Ice Lance now additionally has a 100% chance to grant a stack of Cold Front. And your 4-set bonus has been updated. Your spell damage bonus reduced to 8 from 10. Just overall some nerfs. For Sun Fury Arcane Mages, they're buffing the Meteorite damage by 20. And Phoenix area of effect spell damage has been increased by 30%. Man, can we make Sun Fury more viable in PvP too? Like, we don't care about the AoE damage in PvP. Making it like attack the target you target when you summon it as opposed to random targets would be really nice, if anything. For Monk, for Master of Harmony, Brewmaster, Harmonic Surge damage increased by 80%. And for Mistweaver, Harmonic Surge healing has been increased by 15%. I think this has got to be just some passive effect here. It's just a tiny little bit of a tuning adjustment. They did some bug fixes for Brewmaster Monk, helping some of your gameplay. For Mistweaver, this is a big one. Shayloon's gift healing increased by 20%. And I don't see any like BM Hunter change that we saw up above just yet. Vivify direct healing increased by 80%, but its healing is no longer increased in PvP combat. It was previously 80%. So they're taking away they're buffing by 80% baseline. And like, okay, we don't need to buff by 80% in PvP. That is good. And it also shows that they are still, referencing PvP to make sure that PvP tuning is good. Which even right now, I feel like the gameplay is really good. I'm having a lot of fun playing Arena. I'm very close to completing my 2400 challenge on all specializations. Although Windwalker Monk has been quite a thorn in my side, which was unexpected. I didn't think Windwalker was going to be the annoying one, but it has actually been the annoying one. And I might play some Mistweaver today. So the Shayloon's gift, though, is definitely big. Chi Harmony now increases healing taken by 25%, though, down from 50%. So I'm not sure if it's Chi Harmony. I need to read this on my Mistweaver Monk. If this is self-healing or if this is healing on allies as well. Because this is a little bit less self-healing. It's kind of bad, but if it's healing on everyone, that's going to be a much bigger deal. Lightsmith hero talents for Paladins, your set bonus. Lesser healing weapon has been increased. Lesser weapon damage, though, has been reduced by 66%. Lesser bulwark absorb has been increased by 100%. So they're focusing in on Lightsmith is providing more healing and absorption passively as opposed to damage. For protection, Hammer of Anvil is now cast at 40% effectiveness when activated by Hammer of Righteous or Blessed Hammer. For Holy, Sacred Weapon now prioritizes other healers when cast without a target or cast via Divine Inspiration. I'd really like to see changes like this with more abilities. I really like what they did with Power Infusion, where it just like casts it on a nearby DPS now. You don't need to like make a macro and you don't have to worry about switching your targeting. I actually like that kind of baseline. Just if you don't want to think about it, you can press it. If you got something that casts on an ally, like the Bloodlust PvP talent, I would love that to be the same as Power Infusion, where you just press it and it casts Bloodlust on an ally nearby without you having to make a macro constantly if you're playing with different people, right? Like in Solo Shuffle, you're constantly switching sides, and it's really annoying to have to redo it. Templar 2-set bonus has been updated. Now correctly grants an additional Light's Deliverance stack on Empyrean Hammer critical strikes, regardless of the source of the Empyrean Hammer. And they fixed an issue causing Hammer of Light to only cast 1 Empyrean Hammer instead of 3 when it hits a single target. So bug fixes for Templar. Overall, minor readjustments here for Paladin. For Warrior, Force Set bonus has been updated. Critical strikes with Mortal Strike and Shield Slam increase the damage dealt by Rend and Deep Wounds only by 80%, down from 100, so Warrior nerfs. Mountain Thane, Mana Forge Force Set slightly redesigned. Ionizing strikes deal 100% more damage, and when triggering ionizing strikes, you gain a charge of Thunder Blast, and your next Thunder Blast will deal at 100% additional damage. I'm curious to see how this plays out with the hero talents, because some of these set bonuses seem really strong, and if it's going to be possible to like skew which ones end up actually being meta. For Slayer, 4-set bonus, Overpower and Raging Blow damage increased by 10% down from 20, and the triggered Reap the Storm is at 150% effectiveness, up from 100%. So nerfing your on-use damage, but buffing your random proc damage. For Protection, Fueled by Violence will heal you for 150% of the damage of Deep Wounds, down from 200%. Significant self-healing reduction here for Prot. Some changes for items. They're also changing player character bank, how it's going to function, basically. So player character bank updates, and Ghost of Caress, your character's bank is updated and now uses the same configuration as the Warband bank. Character banks now comprise tabs with per tab settings available. Each tab includes 98 slots of storage. 6 tabs can be purchased. Bank tabs are automatically unlocked at login at level 80. All tabs are unlocked automatically. For characters below level 80, the number of tabs available will be based on how many bag slots. How much you want to bet next expansion there's going to be like a bank mount? Now that we have like account-wide bank, we don't have a mount with a bank, I don't think. So that's that. I feel like it's going to be the next one, right? Like 100%. There's no way. They're removing void storage? Bro, I have all my memories in void storage. They're removing the reagent bank as well. Bro, are you thinking to delete my void storage items? Like, do I get a warning? Like, where are you going to put it? Because, like, I got memorable gear. It's like a little time capsule. Man, I don't want to see them remove that. All items previously contained are automatically moved to available tabs. What if there's no available tabs? You're going to give me more available tabs? Please note, during times of great demand, it is possible for the conversion to not initiate when you first log in. Additionally, until the conversion is completed. I also feel like whenever they do stuff like this, they end up randomly deleting stuff. I swear I've had random stuff deleted from me in the past. Like, I've had rank 1 titles disappear sometimes. Even in Classic, I think in this most recent patch, people were losing their Gladiator mounts. Something like this is like very massive. I'm worried it's going to cause a lot of bugs, but that's all the updates for the most recent content, the most recent patches. Now, the big one is the announcement that they're making for Gamescom. So World of Warcraft's going to be there. They're going to be doing an expansion reveal for Midnight, which is a huge deal. As I said, like for all players, you're going to be bringing in really big names in here, right? Immediately following Opening Night Live, they're bringing Holly Longsdale, they're bringing in Ian Hazakostas, they're bringing in Chris Metzen. They're going to be doing a deep dive for the zones, mechanics, and new features and story for the upcoming expansion. And I feel like this is a big deal for getting everybody back on board, right? They're bringing out all the big guns, right? They're bringing out the trio of all the top dogs at the moment for Blizzard Entertainment. So this is a big deal. It's going on from Wednesday, August 20th to Sunday, August 24th. There's going to be housing hands-on. So the gameplay for housing, we're going to get like a first kind of like public view at it. We did see some content creators getting access to it a little bit earlier, but now it's going to be more publicly available. And the Creator Clash. So you can see this is going to be a LAN event. This is a LAN event. It's there's going to be player housing live streamed, creator matches for the new Season 3 Mythic Dungeons and Delves, so it's like MDI, and cross-region arena bracket featuring the top 4 teams in the AWC Season 2. And there was a tweet here from Lontar that I popped up stating that he's going to be going to this event. He's going with Blizzo, Zpi, and Croto, and they're going to be competing here. So we finally get EU versus NA, dude. It's been a long time, right? We had the whole global shutdown, but we're coming back. It's going to be a live event with an expansion reveal. So I'm hoping the LAN vibes there are going to be epic, the same way that they used to be. This is why I wanted to just say that this is like a big deal for everybody, for all players, right? We get the casual element, PvE competitive side, PvP competitive side. There's going to be developer panels. There's going to be arena and Mythic Dungeon showcases. I don't know what exactly that entails, if that's different from this competition or what. But this is some big news, right? Like, this is where we're all setting our sights on. This is like the lighthouse tower to guide us forward as far as World of Warcraft, right? To start getting us hyped up. So I really think this needs to deliver. It's looking like it's going to, with everything that's been included in it. So I am very excited for it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys very much for tuning into the video, and I will see you in the next one.